Amazing audience, we are live with Basit Khan. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing?
Very good, sir. It's wonderful. I enjoy every day, so I can't say.
Oh, that's
more
good.
than that.
I
Yes,
love
sir.
that. That's a good way to start.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, tell me, which of your talents, if you had to connect them, do you think is responsible for us meeting at this specific time in history?
I think at the end of the day, none of these things are planned. I got a call from my good friend Angel Rebo, our mutual friend, and he says, Basit, I'd given your name to you, Angel, and show up. So I didn't know it was about. I showed up.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, trust. Who did you learn trust from?
You know, the trust is a good word. The more I get older, the more and more I think of my family legacy. So it's more from my upbringing, my parents, my grandfather, the environment I grew up in.
That's powerful.
Yes.
Trust is something that carries a level of pain with it, right? There's the ups and there are the downs. Why will you continue to operate in a trustworthy manner?
You know, it's in the United States, trust is being said a lot more vocally, and it's in all these documents, trusts, and all this legal pattern. But where I was raised, it's a shake hand, right? There can be an individual with complete illiterate. All it is their word. And that word goes back to hundreds of years back. That's where it goes to that tribe.
Yes.
So if the trust is broken, it's like not like a credit card trust. It goes back to your tribe.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. It's very important, trust.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
sir. Absolutely.
I remember my parents, my mother specifically, she would always say that. She will say, I'll trust you all your life, but you tell a lie and then I can't trust you. And she was very, very particular about lies. And my father as well, they didn't like lies. Like, tell me the truth. Even if I don't like it, tell me the truth. That was very, very important.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is something difficult to say, but I look at it, it's like an injection, right? It pinches, but you're done with it. So
Yeah.
saying something which is difficult to say, but you say it, you're done.
Yeah.
But if you lie, it stays with you for quite some time.
It does, it does. What's one other thing you've done consistently over the last 3 years?
I honor my friendship. I honor my word. And if I commit to something, I deliver.
That's amazing. What do you do professionally?
Professionally, I am. My background is finance, and I've had different roles. I've been a financial consultant, so I do a couple of things. I help companies on the due diligence side, and also I help people like you and me and the lovely lady here in planning their financing
Oh, that's good.
to take care of their families and themselves.
That's great. Where can people connect with you to find out more about that?
Thank you, sir. It's always an honor because just like you said, people who trust me, I don't advertise. My 95% of it is all referrals.
Right.
Even if they have not done business with me, if they hear something like a buzzword, they call me.
Yeah, that's good. Because trust is definitely something important in your industry.
Absolutely. Trust is, I look at trust like this. Where we are sitting, if the foundation was not solid, I don't think you and I would be sitting here safely.
Exactly.
We would be seeing some cracks in the wall.
Yeah.
Maybe, God forbid, the ceiling collapses, but trust is the foundation to anything safe with a harmony and happiness.
Yeah. How does it make you feel to know that you've consistently honored your word?
I feel very good, and sometimes I don't like to call it a chip on the shoulder, but I've been in situations in a room where I have a Harvard individual, a PhD, all these people with extremely big titles, and sometimes in the industry I'm sitting, and if my gut feeling is not good, I raise my voice. I don't care how much experience they are.
Yeah.
I don't care, not to be disrespectful,
Sure.
but I raise my voice. I just say I'm not comfortable. And that comes from my gut feeling as based on trust. If the trust wasn't there, I would be like any cookie cutter, agreeing with anything and taking a paycheck.
Yeah.
But
That's good. Why would you suggest someone that's listening that they do that they stand up when they see something that's not the truth, something that doesn't register well with them?
I would say at the end of the day, we are individuals with our own DNA. So we are not like Pepsi or vodka or beer. We are individuals with our own DNA, and that DNA takes us back where we are supposed to make the history. And the making the history is not taking over the government and things like that, but you want to have a name, a legacy where people can use you as an example. You can be used in institutions. And I don't want to take too much of your time, sir, but Angel, you're asking some very deep questions, and I appreciate that you've given me an opportunity to express my feelings based on.
Yeah, it's important. I appreciate you going deep. It's very important. Let's switch gears for a moment. Let me invite you now into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm blue Caribbean water.
Wonderful.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
So I grew up in 5 countries. My dad was an airline pilot, so I grew up also in Mediterranean. And just meeting you, it took me back to Malta. And all I could relate to you with the ocean and the beach and relaxed and nice drinks and wonderful company. So, you know, something connects me with something always. So sometime even if I show up for business and we connect, both sides forget about the business. You know, just talk about the food and
which is good, which is good. So which memory is your earliest childhood memory when you go back in your mind here?
So my earliest childhood memory was just reached at night to Malta, and all I could hear was the ocean buzzing loud sound. You could tell there's a big monster out there, but something that you can cuddle and have fun with. And I remember I just could not wait till the morning to wake up and run to the beach. We were like, our apartment was like 50 yards from the ocean.
Oh my.
Yes.
How old were you in that memory?
I was 9.
All right.
And amazing. All I remember was my bicycle, beach, and 3 people I met at the beach.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
That's a beautiful way to think about it. That's basically had turned out to be a foundation. It's like a tree. You know, you plant a seed, even though you cut a tree and plant it somewhere else, but it started from that original spot where you placed the seed. And I think my seed was in Malta. The place was called Mosta. I walked the whole country.
Wow.
Took like 15 hours. I was tired. Yeah.
So you're there, you walk the country. That's amazing.
Yeah. I went to school there, Stella Morris.
How long did you stay there?
I was there 5 years. And one of the guys used to sit next to me on the left side. I forgot his name, but after a week I found out he's the son of the president. But you know, it was good that I found out Mintoff was the president, and it wasn't like US or White House.
Yeah.
Mintoff was like one of those residents.
All right.
And his son was in our class. And I'm glad I found out after a week rather than because I would have been a little bit intimidated in the beginning, right? So I just stayed the same.
That's amazing. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory? Can I?
Please.
I love the idea that you have stayed true to who you are. You know, you said that in the conversation that whether you're with whoever, you say what you have to say, the truth, your truth. And even with, you know, the president's son being there, you know, you did that. You said what was your truth, you know, that was, and to see that, and even now, I'm fascinated how that connects, yeah?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
When I was 12 years old, gosh, I don't know if I should be expressing myself, but I really liked this lady. Her name was Nazia Hassan.
Right.
Nazia Hassan was raised and born in England, but she used to sing the rock and roll like the Beatles style about Pakistan. The national language is Urdu. And boy, it was like being in the future, ahead of time.
Yeah.
And the song name was, it's very difficult for me to say it, but I would say any of Nazia Hassan's songs.
Sure.
She was just amazing.
Sure. I'll have to check that out.
Yes, yes.
I'll have
I
to
mean,
check that
they
out.
play her songs. Unfortunately, which is sad, it's not a happy ending. She got sick, she passed away. But after that, it took me a while to listen to similar songs. They were not like, you know, when you're a kid, you lose your toy, your daddy buys you another one, but
Yes,
you
it's
know the
not the
original
same.
that broke or
Yeah.
something. So,
All right.
yes.
Well, my friend, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
My friend, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes, I did, and in fact, I'm working on it.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends? And
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Just to keep my wife happy.
All right, what about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
You know, I keep a balance. I keep less than 8 hours.
If you had to share with us, Basit, your own unique real statement, the statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
I am actually someone from a very remote area, even though I lived in United States for 32 years, lived in Europe and lived in Mediterranean and lived in Malaysia and lived in Kuala Lumpur. At the end of the day, my seeds are still from my city.
I love it.
Yes, sir.
Basit Khan, thank you, my friend, for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you, sir.
Did you have fun?
Pleasure, sir. It was
High
an
five.
honor, man. It was
Boom.
awesome.
Love
was
it.
awesome.